Hey, they've just prolonged the quarantine again, and I think it's time to make a video about that. It's a roller coaster. I had some really low days, and I've been okay. And I've definitely been grateful because I'm the lucky one with the garden. Because over here it's locked down for real. There's like police and the army is outside. You know, it's like a guarded prison here. So that's all pretty scary. And it makes me emotional and sad very often. Just with no specific thought, just a thing, just a situation. In the beginning, the first week was really tough. I mean, everything was new, and I felt very forgotten. Like this big thing was happening to all of us, and suddenly everybody was at home, and yet I did not get any messages, and we are not used to message each other a lot, me and my friends or family or nobody. I'm quite introverted. I don't have a lot of contact with people, but I was just thinking about everybody, like how are they doing? Are they okay? Because I'm struggling. This is weird. This is tough, and I just wanted to share what I was doing, how I was feeling, and I wanted all my friends to do the same, because if that way you can feel connected, less alone, and it's less scary, and just share how you feel and just to stay connected so you don't go crazy. And that was so not happening, and I was struggling with that a lot. So after like, I don't know, 10 days, I think, I was like, I really need people to talk to me, to check in on me. So I decided to just literally ask people, like, please check in on me. And all my friends do it. When I ask them, they do it. They're good friends. And then we started to have a group chat. And even though it's about just random stuff, it does help to not feel so forgotten. Like, people think I'm worthy enough to check in on. So that's better. I was actually having quite a good day, but talking, it makes me emotional. Then I think the second week or third, who knows what time it is, no? So the next phase, I started to struggle with everybody suddenly being so online. Like, as an introvert, I got very overwhelmed by everybody being online. Like, typically that's our introverted world, and the extroverted people, they are just in their world out there. And now everybody was just screaming on Instagram and YouTube, and everybody just screaming. It was so loud, and all the stories, and it was getting very loud. But the thing I struggled with the most was everybody was seemingly being so productive and having like all these breakthroughs and like, that's what's wrong with my life and everything is going to be better. They had like these insights and making big changes in their lives and having like, these big ideas, and the things were changing, and I'm like, nothing is changing in my life. And don't just rub it in my face like that. And everybody seemed to be, productive, like doing courses and being like doing workouts and being creative and learning stuff and doing all the things that were waiting for them all the time. And for me, it's just different because I can manage my own time always. So nothing is waiting for me until I got time. Things are just waiting for me because I don't want to do them. And we're 1 month in now, and I was thinking some stuff is not being said online, even though it's very noisy out there. It's the part where it's the struggle. I mean, there seems to be like this one group of people, probably the extroverted people, that are being like super productive and active and like making all these videos and live streams, and it's just horrible for me being not my best self, like not very often, and quarantine or not. But it's so much there. Typically it's not so much in my face that people are being productive, and not, I might be struggling more with that. And yeah, I just hated that. And then there's like the other family of people that are struggling, and they are like posting these memes and stuff to say like, it's okay if you don't feel well, it's okay if you're not learning Chinese, it's okay if you're not doing a yoga course, whatever. These are tough times, and if you don't feel your best self, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. And I kind of got like a side thought on that, because I'm part of the people that struggle often, but I don't fully resonate with that message either, because we actually send the same messages when there is no pandemic going on. So it kind of starts to sound like anything is a good excuse not to be productive. Like we just found another excuse not to be productive, even though they are not excuses. The struggle is real. But just like it is an opportunity for something. It has to be. It's very extreme. And if nothing good or interesting comes out of this, then what is gonna bring change? Yesterday, when I was walking my dog, I suddenly started crying so much. I just had a breakdown, like in the middle of the street. I mean, there's nobody, so that's fine. But that was really tough. I had a really bad day yesterday. I was angry and frustrated. I was so angry all day in my head, just in general. Not at somebody, just frustrated, and that translated in anger. I was just cursing in my head at everything. I was just working with my plants. I saw my dog, like everything was worth cursing about and hating, and that is such a horrible feeling. And it's so strong, and yeah, hate and anger just in general are really horrible emotions to experience. And please don't send me things to help me if you don't really know what this is about, what this is like. Okay? Because that makes me very angry when people do that. I hate it when people come and save me with memes and yoga and fresh juice. I hate that fucking shit. I cannot talk about this without swearing. So that was really tough. And in those moments, I honestly, genuinely asked myself, or life, whatever, I shouted the question out of my body into the air. Give me one reason to stay alive right now. And in that moment, it feels so real. Like the struggle is so real. And it feels like it has always been there, and it will always be there. There is no space left to know that I have not always felt like this. That before, well, not that day, but days before, I was actually fine and maybe good even. And that afterwards, I might be okay again. In those moments when everything is super dark, this question is real, and that is heartbreaking. How real that is. And I don't understand how you can actually get out of that again, but you do. I didn't get an answer to that question, but I did get out of the dark. And I did it with a little trick that sometimes works, but it doesn't work when it's really, really dark. I don't know. It does not always work. Sometimes I don't have access to it. And I think I should share it, because maybe for somebody it will work. And it will sound like something you've heard before, but I hope I can explain it in a way that it will sound a little bit different and a little bit more applicable. So the general way of saying this is be your own best friend, be your own best mommy. And that's like yawn. I know. How even does that work? And some reason sometimes it works. And I remember at some point I was able to say to myself, so in my head it was about how can I attract or find people that I like to spend time with, to feel connected. If I'm this dark so often, like if I'm so heavy and not doing anything with my life right now, really being so lost often, not knowing what I'm doing, really not being very passionate like I used to be. And I don't like how my life is. I don't like that I'm not able to do anything really nice with it. I'm just not very able to get out of this fucking darkness. As I said in the depression video, I'm often actually fine as well. But this darkness is just there very often. And these weird times are not helping, maybe, or maybe they are. We'll see. So the conclusion of that was I don't even like myself. How are cool people that I think are cool and nice and interesting and fun and the people I really would enjoy having in my life, how are they gonna want to spend time with me? And that's when I found connection with being my own best friend, and I got this split personality in that moment. And I had this really nice girl saying to me that you are really cool, you are super cool, and I believed it. And she said, it's not because you can't do all this cool stuff right now that you're not able to do that you're not like that. You are still like that. You are still all these awesome things that you are. It's not because you're not able to express them right now or put them to full use that you're not those things anymore. And that was so nice. And I said that to myself. Yeah, that was the nicest thing. And that's how that works sometimes. Sometimes I'm really able to be my own best friend. And sometimes I'm more able to be my own best mom. A mom is more somebody who will hug me and who will listen and who will just be there for me. More like supporting and helping and loving, I guess. And my best friend would be more like next to me. And she's so cool. Yeah. I'm sorry, I cannot explain it much more, really. But so that got me out of that yesterday. And I was really calm. For the first time that whole day, I felt calm. And I felt like I'm okay. And last night, I went to sleep, everything normal. And then I woke up some point at night. I think my dog needed to go out, and he never needs to go out. But he just didn't stop crying for it. And it was still way too early, and that's not normal. And I just got so pissed and angry again. I don't remember right now, but I'm guessing my best friend self got me out again. And I managed to sleep again a little bit. And I was okay today. And I didn't talk to too many people today because I needed to be with me. Because sometimes it's better to be with yourself. Because I can be really nice to myself. Nicer than other people are able to be. And I can be real. And I know me. And sometimes that is what I need. I think that was kind of the conclusion, that I'm the only best friend I can have. And this sounds like super generic again. Like, be your own best friend, and I hate that when people say that, because it's just not the same. You want people. But first you have to be your own, but fuck it. It's okay to want people. You don't have to be okay, fully okay, just on your own. But it's also good to be able to also be your own best friend. But you don't have to be okay with just that. And I'm saying this to myself, but I'm sure somebody needed to hear that. And on another note, what is this quarantine doing to me? I started off trying to be productive, and in the beginning I was doing art, and I was enjoying it. But as with everything I do, and I think, oh, now I found it, I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna build up, and I'm gonna make something out of this. In a week or 2 weeks, it's just gone, and I just cannot do it anymore. I just don't enjoy it. I don't even see why, and then it's just gone. That, I don't know if you recognize this. Please let me know if you do. It's just, I can be enthusiastic and I can really like something, but it just goes away so quickly that I don't get the chance to ever build up something, to really make something out of it, so it can keep going. Now I always come back to the nothing, and I have to start over, and I have to find something else, and I'm like so lost. And then I stopped doing that, and in general I'm just doing less and more slow. I'm more often just sitting somewhere, because there is so much time that I'm more able to do that. I can just sit there and not get too nervous about that, because there really is a lot of time. At least another month. I try to only go shopping once every 2 weeks, and like yesterday or the day before, I don't remember. I'm sure you understand. I absolutely don't feel time anymore. I finally could go shopping because all my fresh food was finished, and especially all the sweet stuff, like the more snacky things. Oh yeah, and then I had this horrible day. I guess maybe I was looking forward to the good feeling of fresh food, and then it didn't make me happy. I don't know. I ended up eating a lot of my extras on the first day. It helps a little bit, you know. It does make you feel a little bit better, just temporarily. And then the next few weeks will be very healthy. Because I finished. No, I didn't finish everything. Nah, the good thing is that when I only go shopping once every 2 weeks, I only have to be strong once every 2 weeks to not buy things that I don't actually want to be eating. So I just treat myself with one thing that is really, really unhealthy, and then I eat that the first day, and then I can go to a really good diet. And I'm kind of happy about that, because now it's not just my character to not go buy sweet stuff or unhealthy stuff. It's like really dangerous, and that helps. That helps a lot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna come out of this pretty healthy. I'm not exercising. I hate exercising. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try a few apps to see if something is funny enough. Music helps as well if you're having a bad time. And I never, when I'm really low, I don't feel like turning on the music. But if I manage to still do it, because then that's hard, and if I manage to do it, it often helps. Not the first songs, but after a few songs, it does brighten the mood. So if you're feeling bad and you're able to turn on music, try to turn on music that you actually like, and not like the happy, positive music vibe. No, just music that you like. You don't have to be happy. Just music that you like, and that is potentially gonna make you feel nicer. I think maybe that's it. I still have to go walk my dog. Maybe I'll come back afterwards. Yeah. Hi, yeah, I'm back. I could say some more random things, and I'm not gonna do that. I just want to add one more thing. It seems like so many people are trying to be positive about this, and let's make something good out of it, like this. Let's be positive. And I'm like, let's not. Because all this pressure to be positive kind of makes me depressed. Why not just let people be? Let them think and feel and do whatever they want. Don't force positivity on anything, anyone ever. Just let people feel what they feel and do what they do when they do it, and be who they are and how they are whenever they are what they are. Yeah.